on the News Channel 5 network. This is the plus side of Nashville.
Hello, everybody. I'm Tawanda Coleman. Welcome to the plus side of Nashville. You know, the name Lovie Mae Smith may not sound familiar to you, but she is definitely someone you should know about. Miss Smith left a legacy that would live on and go on to benefit a cause very near and dear to her heart, animals. And later on today's show, we'll tell you all about Lovie's legacy. But first, we all know someone who's been affected by cancer. It might even be you. So who do you go to talk to about what you're going through, or go to for information? Try Gilda's Club of Nashville. For the past 16 years, they've been helping those whose lives have been impacted by cancer. And my first guest is the program director for Gilda's Club Nashville, Felice Apolinsky. Welcome, Felice.
Thank you, Tawanda.
So glad to have you here.
Thank you.
I think Gilda's Club Nashville is probably one of the most recognized organizations in the city. If you know about that red door that a lot of folks will know as sort of your trademark. Mm-hmm. If you would talk about the mission and how you all help folks who are affected by cancer.
Well, thanks. I'm excited to know that you think that it's a very well-known organization, because we have been here 16 years.
Yes.
And it's really important that people do know about us. So Gilda's Club is for men, women, and children with all kinds of cancer and their family members and friends. We provide social and emotional support via support groups, workshops, classes, networking groups, and social events. And we do it all completely free of charge.
I think that's just amazing. And I think a lot of people have the misconception that you can't possibly walk into an organization and not have somebody these days want to charge you for something. And I asked you earlier because for someone who has just been diagnosed with cancer, I know they're in a little bit of shock to begin with, and I had said in the beginning, you don't know where to turn or what to do. So if they do walk into Gilda's Club Nashville, in what way can you help them?
So it's an incredibly overwhelming time to be diagnosed with cancer, and there's an awful lot of information to sort through, a lot of decisions to be made. So we can help people, whether they are the person with the diagnosis or the family member, kind of navigate all of that. We can help them communicate with their healthcare provider. We can help them think of the questions they might want to be asking. We can help provide them with education information, and we can help provide them with resource and referral. And if they continue to get involved with us, they will also benefit from the social and emotional support that's provided as well.
You mentioned resources, and you've got some examples of some of the things here on the table. But one I think that is extremely important is this brochure called Cancer Matters. Talk about this particular piece of resource material for folks.
So the Cancer Matters Guide is produced in Kansas City, but it's specific to Nashville and Middle Tennessee resources, and in a user-friendly, non-threatening manual, it really outlines all the various resources available in our area when someone has been diagnosed with cancer. It covers medical rentals, it covers information about insurance and navigation process, it covers meal assistance, respite care, wigs and prosthesis. It gives you all of that information along with various ways to get emotional support and financial assistance, and it's all listed in that guide.
That guide alone right there is something I think the family members, the folks that have been diagnosed with cancer definitely want to have.
It has been an incredible resource, and we've gotten wonderful support. It's available not only at Gilda's Club, but virtually at all the oncology practices in town. The physicians and the nurse navigators and the social workers are thrilled to have, just a little booklet that answers questions before you even know what those questions are, and they can give them to their patients and families for free.
Felice, do you find that people get confused with Gilda's Club Nashville? And I've had people tell me, because they thought that the organization was strictly for women with breast cancer. That is so not the case.
It's not, and we hear that a lot, and our logo is Gilda kind of poking around the red door. So even if people don't know who Gilda is or was, they see this female and they presume it's women only. First of all, Gilda Radner had ovarian cancer.
Yes.
So it's obviously not just for women with breast cancer, but it's for men, women, and children, young adults and teens with all all kinds of cancer and family members and friends, and we provide support to every single one of those people. So people can be doing well, people can be moving to end of life, people can be wrestling with long-term survivorship issues. Anytime anyone has been impacted by any kind of cancer, regardless of age or gender, socioeconomic, status, ethnicity, Gilda's Club is a place for them.
Is there a best time to become involved with the program?
That really varies for people. For some folks, they're walking in the door as soon as they leave their doctor's office. And for other people, they need to kind of get into their treatment process and see what their body and their mind and their spirit kind of allow. So there's not a best time and there's no wrong time to participate. You can be post-treatment for years and doing really well, but still looking for that support from a community of people who totally get it because they have lived it or are living it.
And sometimes you may not be living it, but you might be a family member who is having a tough time with this as well. Does the person with cancer have to be involved with Gilda's Club in order for the family member to be involved?
Absolutely not. And cancer is a family disease. So every single person in a family system, which includes best friends and community members and church members and work families, every single one of those people are impacted by cancer and are living with cancer, regardless of who has the actual diagnosis. So we support anyone impacted by cancer, whether they are diagnosed or not. We have a program specific for children and teens who either themselves have cancer or their parents, grandparents, or siblings have cancer. People can be involved with us whether the person with the diagnosis ever crosses through our signature red door. It doesn't matter. We have many college-age college-age young adults, whose parents live out of state or wherever, and they're living with cancer. The parent is, but that child, that teen, that young adult is looking for some support from other young adults who know what it's like to be worried about mom or dad when they're not living there, wondering if they're getting all the information, figuring out maybe when is it time to go home. That can be a really challenging thing, and Gilda's Club is one of the only places that provides support for people who are in that kind of a situation.
And you offer all kinds of support programs throughout the week.
Yes, we're open 5 days a week, 3 nights until 8:30 p.m. And we offer some things on weekends, but typically it's Monday through Friday, and we have support groups and we have workshops and classes, a lot of mind-body skill kinds of offerings, Pilates, yoga, mindful meditation, guided imagery. We have cooking classes and nutrition classes in our beautiful teaching kitchen. We have dinner lectures and lunch and learns with professionals in the healthcare community who come and offer information about treatments on the horizon or answer questions about the various kinds of scans or what does my blood report mean, how do I help manage side effects and symptoms, how do I find easy things to eat or easy things to feed the person that I love who's struggling with eating right now. And then we also have social events because it's important to just gather with others and have a good time. So that's kind of Gilda's whimsy that's a part of Gilda's Club Nashville, is that there's a lot of laughter in those walls, which is hard for people to understand. When folks are impacted by cancer, it is certainly very serious. There's also an awful lot of joy and an awful lot of fun that goes on. Just being with other people who understand and breaking through the isolation that comes with the diagnosis of this illness, whether you're the person with cancer or you're the family member, being with others who get it is incredible.
For you to be able to continue to do the great work that you do, I know you often rely on volunteers.
We do.
Are you in need of volunteers?
Always. We could never do what we do without volunteers. We are a small little staff, and then we have some contract facilitators, but we have over 800 volunteers, and we always need more. Everything we offer is offered completely free of charge, as you mentioned, and that's free is really expensive, as you might imagine. So we just couldn't make it without volunteers. Our workshops and classes are all provided by volunteers. They are credentialed and licensed in whatever. Our yoga instructors are credentialed yoga instructors, but they are offering yoga to our participants for free, mostly because they probably have been impacted by cancer in their life in some way as well. So we have people who help us at the front desk, who answer the phones, who help with mailings, who create homemade baked goods for our little break room to supplement the donations that Whole Foods and Green Hills provides us every month. We need help with our children's program. We have social events that we need extra hands for. So there are many ways for people to volunteer, and they simply go to our website, which is gildasclubnashville.org, and all of our volunteer opportunities are there, and a volunteer application is there as well.
Great. You do such a wonderful job of helping so many people and free of charge. How can someone help Gilda's Club?
Well, they could certainly give us money. That would be great. But I do like to say free is expensive.
Yeah, it is.
You know, cancer is expensive on every level, and so we don't charge our participants in any way. There's no insinuation that it's free, but we want you to give. It is free. People are giving from their hearts by sharing their stories and experiences with each other and sharing support with each other. So we let other people pay so that the people who are in the trenches benefit for free. So people can help us by writing a check. They can go online and donate. They can provide some supplies for our workshops and classes. They can volunteer in those numerous ways. All of that is incredibly helpful. We do have fundraising events out in the community several times a year. We have a country music marathon team that raises money for Gilda's Gang. We have a golf tournament. We have a dinner party and art auction. So anyone who wants to participate as a donor just needs to give us a call or send us an email, and we will take care of them.
Wonderful. Well, I hope folks will definitely support you. You're doing a great job at Gilda's Club Nashville. Felice Apolinsky, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Tawanda.
And when we come back, we're going to tell you how one organization is helping people help animals. Stay with us.